illumining the world's concrete images into significant symbols of its gloss. It offered to the intuitive exegete its reflex of the eternal mystery. In this drop from consciousness to consciousness, each leaned on the occult inconscience power, the fountain of its needed ignorance, as mason of the limits by which it lives. In this soul from consciousness to consciousness, each lifted tops to that from which it came, origin of all that it had ever been, and home of all that it could still become. All the great words that toiled to explain the One were lifted into an absoluteness of light and ever-barring revelations of fire and the immortality of the eternal voids. A voyager upon uncharted routes, fronting the viewless danger of the unknown, adventuring across enormous realms, he broke into another space and time. There are high immensities, but these high immensities stand beyond our sight. Our light does not reach them, our sight does not reach them. They stand beyond the penumbra of the secret light that is still there with us. They can be viewed only through the door, just a glimpse of them. That is all we can view them. They can be glimpsed through the glimmering magic port. Those immensities can be glimpsed through the glimmering magic port. In those immensities, there are no shadows. There are no shadows gleaming with the bursts of gods. There are present the original gods, the transcendental gods. There is a sight lifted to the absolute sight. There burn the revelations of fire. There is seen a giant order extending into the infinite. The world of varied hues, of luminous multiplicity, is left behind. Ashwapati has gone beyond this world of varied hues, of luminous multiplicity. The multicolored our mind, the world of our mind, of the cosmic gods and goddesses, is left behind. Here is now a shadowless realm of subconscient splendors. Here are marvels into which Ashwapati has entered. The worlds of the marvelous unknown are coming closer to him. This is greatly in contrast, even with the best of our glories. Our world is only a tassel, only a hanging bunch of threads at the end of a colorful robe. Our world, just a fringe, a brightness, a decorative border. The real glories and the real truenesses are only up there, though they should also be here. Ashwapati has entered into those immensities. An endless hierarchy joins the lower creation to the higher. In that unbroken relatedness, in that continuity, the meaning of this existence itself acquires significance, acquires meaning, acquires purpose. The eternal mystery expresses itself in signs and symbols which also have to become true to their content and to their purpose. The exegete catches the clues and sees something of it, something of that mystery. A sudden intuition flashes, and all stands in its vividness, all stands in its clarity. Between the lower world and the upper world, There is a link world. While coming down from the upper, the one turns into many. Form starts becoming forms. Eternity starts becoming moments of time. Eternity starts beating into hours. Infinity starts appearing in spots of beauty and grandeur and joy. Things of innumerable hues and shapes and qualities start emerging out of the non-manifest. The face of that non-manifest is now turned towards manifestation. There is a tall, huge ladder, a ladder climbing down and rising up in a ceaseless extension of consciousness. Seven planes shine out in visible and invisible splendors. Saptaloka is a joy of the world creator. Bhu, Bhuha, Swaha, Mahara, Jana, Tapas, Satya. The ascending worlds of matter, life, mind, supermind, truth, consciousness, force, bliss. The higher three are Sat, Chit, Ananda. Satyam, Ritam, Brahat. The truth, the right, the vast. Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. This is the packed, crowded series of kingdoms rising from matter space to the heights of superconscient triple glory. Plunging from the everlasting into time, it climbs up the golden ladder. It climbs up the golden ladder, carrying the evolving soul on its stairs. Thus are tied the spirit's extreme ends by a luminous diamond thread. While descending down, each leans on the occult power of the lower, on the grace of inconscience. It is there that the entry has to be made. It is on it that the new creation has to be built. While soaring up from consciousness to consciousness, each lifts to that from which it came. This is an ideal ladder, which is also a functional ladder, an operative ladder, having a purpose to carry out something in the scheme of things. Each consciousness, while descending from the superconscious, depends on the occult power that is then locked in the inconscience. Thus, when life entered into matter, she accepted the possibilities and limitations of matter. In fact, inconscience threw up an answer at her in the force and power of death. When life entered into matter, inconscience threw up an answer to her in the form of death. Each such descent or involution or evolutionary rated plunge goes on at every step, the higher descending and lifting up the lower to its greatness, each time meeting the opposition of the lower. The grand music of the joyous composer and conductor and creator is played in the organ scale of the eternal harmonist. Each note is distinct in character and it builds on other notes. It builds in a crescendo of truth and beauty. No wonder the music of the earth never ceases. If it is not the grasshopper, it is the cricket. The caravan pays the tinkling bells, rings from world to world, from world of revel and cheer. It moves to another world of revel and cheer. At every point, the music is interpreted and integrated into an enriching mode of expression, thus is ineffable brought into a narrative. Thus, the silence find word, narrating no one in thousand ways. At last comes into view the high world where meet all the worlds. The light of the transcendent, the light of the triple splendor begins to appear. The light of Satchitananda begins to appear. In it, the occult mystic, finite, in it, the occult mystic finite is absorbed of its finiteness. In it, all find their reality. In it, what each seeks is found. The inconscient finds its consciousness. What it is here for, it finds that. What the inconscience is here for, that it discovers. This world acquires its significance. Everything acquires its significance in it, in the triple glory. Nothing is here without it. At the top of the world is seen the triple sun. Sun in the goldenness of its truth and consciousness flows and bliss in goldenness of Sat, Chit, Ananda. In it, the creation acquires the entire sense and its meaning. Even if there is darkness, the darkness is not there without a reality. Where is it that reality is not present? If there is darkness, the truth of that darkness and its reality is to be found. It is found under the blaze of the triple sun. If there is inconscience, the soul of inconscience is discovered. The groping ignorance embraces the body of knowledge. The meaning that was held back becomes obvious, clear, vivid, material becomes consequential. A flawless solution to what appears flawed in the limitations is at once obtained. The constraints are relieved. There is nothing in this creation which is not worthy of existence. Nothing, nor death, nor pain, nor unawareness, nor mortality, nor falsehood. Nothing in this creation which is not worthy of existence. Under the triple sun, it is that worth which gets revealed, the worth of inconscience, the worth of death, the worth of falsehood, the worth of pain and suffering, they get revealed. The worth of calamity is found in the opportunity that shows up. Their worth comes out with the force of consciousness and life and truth and bliss. The knowledge and operation of this triple reality make everything perfect, perfect in its kind. The perfection of inconscience as an inconscient base for the multiplicity to arise in a divine way. The appearance of a splendid creation out of the insubstantial void. The error of division disappears, and the deep spiritual cry keeps everything together. It keeps all together. The spiritual cry keeps all together. Now, all the great words express only the one. Even these great words are lifted into an absoluteness of light. They blaze in the fire of revelation. They breathe in the immortality of the eternal voice. in the realm of Satchidananda have disappeared. All the contradictions, all the contraries have fled. The nodes, each pulling in its own direction, have found the relationship of harmony with each other, even as they discover the wide rhythms of the truth. All harmonics of the fundamental flow, mm, all the harmonic, all harmonics of the fundamental flow in a grand rendering of the one, the fundamental. Truths do not quarrel with each other. Forms do not clash. Ideas do not dispute ideas. Movements move in the rhythms of the underlying truth, and reality move with the universal rhythm. The endless chapter of difference is read, is mastered, and what is now being written by the omniscient scribe is the book of unity, holding diversity of truths in the oneness of the truth, in the oneness of the truth idea and idea force. The divisions of time into hours and minutes and seconds move in the movements of continuity that must unroll in the dynamics of the right and the everlasting, in the dynamics of rhythm and nityam. It is a song of cosmic sweetness and joy, madhurya and harsha, in hierarchy of climbing harmonies and intensity, reaching the peaks, the gods, rising from the depths of matter to the spirit's topmost height. There arise endless countries and continents, one above another. Sky above splendorous sky, deathless in the one and in the alone. Earthly sense does not bind understanding, and knowledge and delight stretch out in the wideness of ecstasy. These are the widenesses into which Ashwapati could enter. There he could also abide, he could abide for a while. With that perfection in him, with that siddhi, he can set himself on the exploration of this countless world. What they are, what for they are, their purpose in the cosmic scheme of things that he can explore. But all this is in the context of the soul of the earth, in the context of the issue of mortality on earth. Ashwapati now becomes a voyager upon the unknown and uncharted routes. He is ready to face the dangers of the unknown. His adventure is into another space and time. He is moving also from the individual to the universal, from the individual dimension to the universal dimension, dimensions of consciousness. Even as he journeys into the cosmic breadths, he is watched by the infinity around him and by the unknowable from above. A limitless movement is filled by a limitless peace. Peace is the foundation to undertake such a journey. Ashwapati has broken into another realm. He has broken into another realm where he should discover the truth and the beauty and the joy by which all lives and in which all should live.